So my name is Dr. Gloria Otieno. I work for the Alliance of Bioversity International and CIAT. I'm a policy specialist, basically policies related to seed systems and food security. Yes, so I work in the region across Eastern and Southern Africa and also in West Africa, as well as in other regions, Nepal, India, and so on. Today, I'm celebrating huge achievements in terms of empowering women communities, especially with issues to do with access to seeds, with issues to do with sustainable agriculture, where farmers really practice agriculture that is safe for the environment and that has net positive effects also in terms of greenhouse gas emissions, and also agriculture that is beneficial to them by providing a lot of dietary diversity. Seed is the main input in agricultural production. So access to seeds is key to achieving food security. So who is conserving this seed? Most of this seed is conserved by farmers, and it is conserved through their informal, what they term as informal seed systems. They conserve this diversity on farm, they manage it, and they sustainably use it. And they also exchange this diversity amongst themselves. So, and as at now, in many countries in Africa, 80% of the food that is produced and 80% of the seed we use is actually from what we call informal seed sector, which is being conserved by farmers, it is being managed by farmers. So you find that women play a very critical role in this seed system. Women are the custodians of some of these crops, especially the finger millets, the sorghums, the neglected and underutilized species, including traditional leafy vegetables, indigenous fruits. It's the women who manage and conserve them. And it's the women who have the indigenous knowledge as to how to use these seeds, how to grow it, and even how to produce products out of this seed. So this is a really critical area for us to look at. Yeah, you know, women are the ones who critically play a role in household food security. And in many of the rural areas in Africa, women will be in charge of ensuring that they produce the food that is being consumed at home. And traditionally, men will have that kashamba, which they've reserved for income. They'll reserve that shamba for maize, and they know that a quarter of this shamba is for my home consumption, and the rest of the maize is for income, for sale. And so you find that other crops like legumes, traditional leafy vegetables, pigeon peas, cowpeas, all these things that are eaten here at the household, sweet potatoes, cassava, they are being grown by the women, you know, and it's the women who are providing that food. So it's really critical to empower also women to be able to produce good seed, to be able to manage this genetic diversity well, the resources, the genetic resources, and also to be able to access. Diversity is critical for resilience and climate change adaptation. Diversity is also critical for our diets and for our nutrition and for our health. So this critical diversity won't just come, it comes from the seeds that our farmers are conserving and that our farmers are using and that they are maintaining and growing. But we are seeing recently, you know, this monoculture, monocropping. Monocropping is creeping up, and of course through this monocropping we are losing a lot of diversity, because we also see governments subsidizing maize and subsidizing rice and subsidizing those major crops at the risk of extinction of the other minor crops like the millets, the pearl millets. I'm sure pearl millet used to be a big crop, food security crop 30, 40 years ago. But now in Kenya, you cannot even find pearl millet. In fact, in Uganda, we only find pearl millet in the north and the eastern parts of Uganda. So you see that this you know, monocropping and proliferation of major crops is leading to extinction of the minor crops. So we really have to work hard to make sure that we are conserving them, and we are not just conserving them in the seed banks or in the National Gene Bank. We are conserving them in farmers' fields in what we call conservation through use. So we encourage farmers to grow finger millet, We encourage them to grow pearl millet. We encourage them to grow amaranth, the sorghums, the cassavas, and we also empower our farmers to produce the composite flour and also to sell it locally. So right now at our seed banks in Nyakach, we have farmers who have been empowered. They have roller mills. They are producing composite flour, and we plan to have them certified by the Kenya Bureau of Standards so that this flour can be in the shelves. And of course, this will contribute to dietary diversity of consumers, but will also contribute to incomes of these farmers. And at the same time, ensuring that this diversity is not lost because now it's being used and it has a market. We are training them on conservation of the vegetables. We are also training them on preservation of the vegetables by drying and selling, you know. So this is creating incomes and really empowering women.